Thank you, Harvest Church, for having us. I'm sure there was some spiritual adversity in coming here. We have a story about that.
Yeah, so I heard a couple of people chuckling when Kay was talking about stress, even on the way here. I imagine some of you may even had a conflict on the way here and may even be in conflict right now. And if you are, you're in good company. The first time that Amy and I came to the How We Love workshop several years ago, we had a big fight on the way here, which was really unfortunate because we were somewhat distracted between what was going on between us when we were trying to find out what was going on between us this way.
Yeah, so it probably had something to do with the drive there, not giving us enough time, maybe, freeway traffic, who knows. But I just remember being angry, not feeling listened to, and I just shut down. So we were together in the room. Everybody probably thought we were together, but there was that cold disconnect and protest that was going on that inside of me. And where did I learn that from? My mom.
And when we first got married, we didn't do rupture and repair very well. Well, we did rupture very well. We didn't do repair very well, I should say. So when we were sitting here in the conference, I thought it was I don't even remember what it was now, but I thought it was pretty minor. So I'm sitting here waiting for her to get over it. And she's
waiting for him to apologize.
Sitting there waiting for me to come and apologize. But that's what I learned from my family of origin growing up. When we had rupture, we just said, I'm sorry. We didn't really talk about it, but then we just got over it and we moved on. And so that was my expectation when we got married.
Yeah, so, and the first day of the conference, I'm thinking, yeah, he needs to hear this, he needs to hear this. And then it started to I need to hear this, I need to hear this, and I need to do some of that work on my own.
So everything that you know, unless it's innate, like sleeping and eating and breathing, you have learned somewhere. And everything that you know about relationships, you've learned from the first lessons in relationships that you had, which is from your families of origin. Now, there's a popular idea out there among Christians that you shouldn't have conflict in front of your kids, or you shouldn't even have disagreements. What you should do is go into another room and have discussions about it, and then come back. But if your kids don't ever see any type of disagreement happen between you, then they're not going to see repair happen between you either. So they're not going to have a template to know how to do that.
It's important that if they see the rupture, they see the repair. And in repair, there's healing. In James 5:16, it says, confess your sins to one another, pray for one another that you will be healed. It's a whole nother level of intimacy. And if you think about just the gospel, sin separated us from God. What did Jesus do? Romans 8 says even while we were still sinning, that's when Christ died for us. So we need to imitate that with our spouse.
Show of hands, how many of you guys grew up in a home where there was rupture, but there was no repair? Wow. Okay. How many of you grew up in a home where you didn't see any rupture, you didn't see any repair like I talked about? No, it wasn't there. And so if you turned it too soon.
Oh, sorry.
Right, and so we don't magically just get over something. So when there's rupture but there's no repair, maybe one of you, some of you even had a parent where one parent was allowed to be mad and the other one kind of gave in. And so, and then at the end, there was no talking about it. All you saw was everything just back to normal. But if there's no repair, then all of that hurt doesn't just go away. We don't just get over it. It gets stored. And all of that hurt comes out then in the next event. How many of you guys were taught how to repair by your parents putting you in front of your sibling and telling you to apologize?
Did you mean it?
Right? It was kind of more like this. I'm sorry, right? And so just saying I'm sorry without talking about the event is not real repair. How many of you had a parent who made you apologize to them before they would re-engage with you? Right? And that's not a good lesson on repair either. So we have a saying around here that says, your problems did not start in your marriage. They started in your childhood. So when we have rupture, we need to learn how to notice when that's happened in a relationship. We need to take responsibility for our part, and we need to apologize. And apologize goes further than just saying, I'm sorry. It's learning how to hear about the pain that we caused in the other person.